Tom Cruise returned as Pete Mitchell in Top Gun: Maverick, 36 years after the original made him a global star. The sequel became a massive hit, reminding everyone why Cruise is still Hollywood's ultimate action hero. Copyright Paramount Pictures. Chris Evans made a surprise and comic comeback as Johnny Storm in Deadpool and Wolverine, 17 years after he last flamed on. It was a hilarious nod to his pre-Captain America days, and fans couldn't get enough of it. Copyright Marvel Studios. Linda Hamilton returned as Sarah Connor in Terminator: Dark Fate, nearly 30 years after redefining what a badass action heroine could look like. The movie didn't break records, but seeing her back in action was a major moment for fans of the franchise. Copyright Paramount Pictures. Arnold Schwarzenegger returned as the Terminator in Genesis, proving he could still say, "I'll be back," and mean it. Decades after the original, his presence alone was enough to fire up fans of the franchise. Copyright Paramount Pictures. Michael Keaton made a major comeback as Batman in The Flash, decades after first donning the cape in Tim Burton's 1989 classic. Seeing him suit up again was a highlight for longtime fans and proof that some heroes never really hang up the cowl. Copyright Warner Bros. Pictures. Jamie Lee Curtis returned to her Scream Queen roots in Halloween, 40 years after first facing off with Michael Myers. She stuck around for 2 more sequels, proving Laurie Strode is still one of horror's most iconic final girls. Copyright Universal Pictures. Charlie Cox officially returned as Daredevil in Spider-Man: No Way Home and She-Hulk, but his full comeback came in 2025 with Daredevil: Born Again. The new series picks up years after the Netflix run and proves Cox is still the perfect Matt Murdock fans fell in love with. Copyright Netflix. Bill Murray returned as Dr. Peter Venkman in Ghostbusters: Afterlife, over 3 decades after Ghostbusters 2. His appearance brought a wave of nostalgia for longtime fans, and he didn't stop there. Murray suited up again for Frozen Empire, proving he's still got it when it comes to bustin' ghosts. Copyright Columbia Pictures. Hugh Jackman shocked fans by returning as Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine, years after his emotional farewell in Logan. He first took on the role back in 2000, and after all this time, no one else comes close to filling those claws. Copyright Marvel Studios. Keanu Reeves returned as Neo in The Matrix Resurrections, nearly 20 years after the original trilogy changed sci-fi forever. The film had its critics, but watching Reeves step back into the role and looking cool was a major moment for fans who grew up with The Matrix. Copyright Warner Bros. Pictures. Laura Dern returned as Dr. Ellie Sattler in Jurassic World: Dominion, nearly 30 years after first running from raptors in Jurassic Park. Teaming up again with Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum, she reminded everyone why fans loved her the first time around. Copyright Universal Studios. Al Pacino returned as Michael Corleone in The Godfather Part 3, 16 years after the last chapter in the saga. The film got mixed reactions, but Pacino still made it memorable with lines like, "Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in." Copyright Paramount Pictures. Sylvester Stallone stepped back into the ring as Rocky Balboa in Creed, this time as a mentor for the new generation of boxers. It wasn't just a nostalgic return, but this role earned him some of the best reviews of his career, along with a Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination. Copyright Warner Bros. Pictures. Tobey Maguire made a surprise comeback as Spider-Man in No Way Home, nearly 15 years after his last time in the suit of the superhero. Seeing him team up with Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield felt like a dream come true for longtime fans. Copyright Marvel Studios. Harrison Ford made fans cry when he returned as Han Solo in The Force Awakens, nearly 40 years after first piloting the Millennium Falcon. He also dusted off the fedora for 2 more Indiana Jones adventures and even showed up in Blade Runner 2049, proving that some legends don't fade. Copyright Walt Disney Pictures.